Hi everyone, let's talk about Cosmic Run Regeneration. So I was a big fan of the original Cosmic Run. It's one of the earlier videos on the channel of me doing a solo playthrough of this. It's just a fantastic system for a game, a really beautiful push your luck dice game. Very fast playing, you are trying to see how far your luck can go when you're going to the bigger planets that need 4 or 5 of a kind, and trying to get it all done before the meteors hit based on, how soon you think a planet might go, how far ahead the other players are than you, how many aliens of the same type you can collect. It's a really, really beautiful game in its own right, and now it's been re-implemented, redone, upgraded in Regeneration. So for a start, the look of everything, kind of a lot of what I'm going to say about Regeneration, really. There was nothing that I thought was particularly wrong with Cosmic Run. Like, I never thought that the art was bad or the components were bad or anything, but in comparison, it's definitely a big improvement in Regeneration. The board, instead of the original cardboard pieces for the planets themselves, score track instead of little chits that you're piling up, the upgraded wooden tokens and things for your ships, the redone artwork, it's just all really, really nicely done. And the additions, so the 6th planet with new placement rules, so you need all different numbers rather than anything of a kind. It gives you another option to place, dice that perhaps you've rolled them and you've ended up with some random stuff. Instead of having to put them on tech cards, you can go for that 6th planet instead. And having the yellow die is a really nice extra thing to think about as well, because you can kind of wait for it to, you keep rolling it, waiting for it to come up with a really big number, because on the 6th planet, you move the number of spaces on that die rather than just one at a time, like the white dice. But if you've rolled a 6 and you want to use it on that 6th planet, your turn's over. So, you've got 2 more dice left after that. And, you can maybe throw them on the 6th planet, but if you can't and you really, really want that movement on there, then, yeah, it can be a nice extra little tough choice to make on your turn. It's a really nice extra. And the little chart for retiring the aliens now, rather than it just being a set collection thing that's decided at the end of the game, it's another little competition between the players to see that, I've got 2, do I wait for 3, or do I take the most valuable 2 of a kind spot that there is? Because if I wait and don't get my 3 of a kind and then turn in these 2 of a kind, then it's going to be worth fewer points if other players have done it as well. It's another nice extra thing. I think in that, the one little minor thing I'd say is that maybe for 2 players, like a few of the spaces just cut off so that, there's a bit more incentive, but very, very minor thing. A brilliant thing is done, as I mentioned in the playthrough, a brilliant thing is done for 2 players in the 6th planet, because it's who got the furthest. So in the normal game, it's 10 points for first place, 5 points, 0 points, minus 5 points, based on your positions, rather than each space having a point value like all the other planets. In the 2-player game, you don't score like that at all. You get 5 points for coming first, plus a point for every space that you're ahead of your opponent. So rather than it being, okay, I raced to the end, like so many games do this for 2 players, they don't change the rules. So, I got all the way to the end of this track and I get 10 points, and you moved 1 space and you get 5 points. Yeah, that's rubbish for 2. But this makes it really, really another really tough decision, and something else to chase as well. It might not really be an issue in your game, but if somebody really goes for that 6th planet and you're lagging behind, they can get a massive payday if you just do nothing about it. And it can end up in this kind of, this sudden race that nobody really bothered about the 6th planet, but now I suddenly got a load of different numbers and a 6 on the yellow die, and I've shot ahead, and I'm going to get 12 points on you now or something like that. So now you have to get in gear to go after it instead. Really, really nice additions in this. The cards for the planets as well, you rolled dice, and depending on how many planets were left, it determined how the meteors hit in the original game. It's a much easier system, and it's got a more even distribution for the first few rounds anyway with the starter cards, if you set them up properly. Made a mistake in the playthrough. But yeah, I like that. That's another extra thing as well, that's just a nice cleaner improvement on the original. So yeah, really, it's up to you. If you haven't played Cosmic Run at all, if you haven't got Cosmic Run, then Regeneration is the perfect point to start at, really. Whether it's worth your upgrade or not, that's up to you really, isn't it? It's up to whether you love the additions enough. But yeah, as someone with the two, I'm very, as much as I loved Cosmic Run to begin with, very grateful of all the extra stuff that is in Regeneration, and it's just a nicer looking, better presented imagination. That doesn't make any sense. That sentence fell apart, didn't it? It just looks cool and it's nicer and it's got extra things. I explained all of that. The ending always falls apart. Anyway, I'm done talking about Cosmic Run now. If you'd like to see more playthroughs and things, I did a playthrough of this though. Don't listen to what I said. Watch the playthrough and see if you would like it. That will be linked somewhere on the screen. There's hundreds of playthroughs on this channel. Tell me what you think of Cosmic Run or Regeneration or any of the other things. There's an expansion coming soon, isn't there? Yeah, just talk about things. Comment. Bye.